Alright, this is North Texas L5R. I'm Yodo Dunzo, and thank you for joining us again. Right now we have, I've seen Kiseki playing all day today, so I know he's playing Scorpion Commander deck, and Sir Voltar is playing an Honor Line deck. Okay, we have the players having some chat. I do have Discord voice channel set up for them. Sir Voltar saying that he has family coming over and doesn't want to disturb them. So we see a Liar, a Step and Truth Seeker, and Denmaru on the Scorpion side, and we see Zentaro, Bushido Adherent, and a Master Tactician on the Lion side. Denmaru is the correct choice here, because we're going to see the Bushido Adherent attack, honor itself, and then get overlaid by Zentaro. We see a Liar purchased for Scorpion. Sir Voltar bids 1 into Silent One's Monastery, and he just now realizes the error of his ways. I'm going to make a comment, which I normally try to avoid doing. Sir Voltar is historically known locally for playing bid 1 all the time, and it is a habit he has picked up and has problems breaking. So we see passes. That's probably not a lot going to happen pre-conflict. And once again, they did not set a clock. So I have to set a clock on my own. Okay. Right, Sir Voltar is attacking in with the Bushido Adherent with no surprises. We will probably see Denmaru block. Just to force some cards that Sir Voltar has precious few of. Denmaru is also going to have to make Sir Voltar play a bunch of cards, since the honoring effect won't make any difference. Kiseki just going to let this go. I guess he sees that it doesn't matter, because even if Sir Voltar honors a Bushido Adherent, he still has to play cards. Denmaru going to do a bunch of work. So we see Sir Voltar trading a card, trying to get rid of some stuff. Yeah, you totally let that happen because it doesn't matter. Kiseki should pass again. Hopefully Sir Voltard does not honor the adherent. Looks like he's still trying to find a card to help. So that is not going to do anything anyways. The Bushido Adherent honors itself. Kiseki draws a card. Denmaru sets its score to 0, so there's no force change. And then we have Kiriko to bow the Adherent. Zentaro replaces it. Still 3. So more cards have to be played. I guess he can now steal the favorable crowns and eject himself, but that doesn't feel super great either. If he has an ornate fan, stealing it does get him the break, which would be pretty useful. Looks like he chooses to put Denmaru into the conflict, so that it can't be stolen and he can't eject. Tactical Ingenuity comes down. Do we see a calling in favors from Kiseki to steal it? I kind of hope so. That would thoroughly continue to punish the hand sizes, which is what we see happen. Voice of Honor. Kiseki's probably been holding on to an edict, so now would be the time to burn it. So he plays another one. Kiseki should absolutely use it. See if he can find something a little spicy. Fallen in battle. Sir Voltar is going to take a crack at it, see if he can find something more useful than a fallen in battle. Finds a call to war. That doesn't feel super great. We see Kiseki respond with his properly owned tactical ingenuity. Sir Voltar seemingly out of gas. If Kiseki can find a bonsai here, that would be takes a Hige's sermon. Doesn't feel super useful against Lion. Most of these Lion decks tend to run, at least that I've seen, tend to run ready for battle. Lets him get the Earth Ring off that. Kiseki discards in service, which is the perfect discard. We're probably going to see the Liar go in political water to straighten Denmaru. Yep, that Master Tactician has got to go. Sees the Art of War. Nothing doing about that at this point. And so Voltar just going to let it slide. That's a break. It's one Master Tactician you don't have to worry about. When you straighten Denmaru, I'm probably going to have to take a run at the Spirit Caller, because otherwise that Tactician... Oh no, don't discard it. That is probably better, because if he is on Seeker of Air, and is running presumably Forebear's Echoes. So here, I think you go Void, right? You know he's got a Call to War in his hand, so maybe not. Fire could be useful to honor Denmaru, but that works just as well. And we see Shameful. Sir Voltar lamenting he has nothing he can do. So he's going to Echoes in the Bushido Adherent. We see a Bonsai come down on Denmaru. We'll definitely see it kicked. Don't know why he did that, because it does nothing, because Denmaru does Denmaru things. But I get like gives him the honor, and it's better doing that than triggering his ability and giving Kiseki a card for the privilege of it. Way of the Lion. Okay. Sir Voltar gets favor off of that. Kiseki still has Silent One's Monastery up, plus a 7 Truth Seeker, plus 2 Tactical Ingenuities. So I imagine we will see a 1 bid from him. Sir Voltar will likely bid 3, expecting a 5 bid. Master Tactician goes with Unbroken Province. Oh, we see Lost Papers. Which will eat Centauro. I guess Kiseki didn't trigger Lost Papers, and so Voltar is questioning that. You do get the pick. If in case of a tie, so he could bow Centauro, and Kiseki realizes it's a mistake. These two guys are friends, and we'll probably let that slide. So we're going to see a little bit of manual happening. Lost Papers is going to get drug off. Looks like they're being gentlemen about it and therefore not accomplishing anything. And do we see no ready for battle? No mention of it, so presumably they'll just carry on. Duke Zentaro, or Duke Denmaru. Spirit Caller with 2. We'll probably see the Truth Seeker purchased, would be my guess. Sir Voltar probably going to buy the Prodigy. And that means Kaseki will pass and get Passing Fate, because you're not going to buy Yunako naked. And that means Sir Voltar is now going to pass. They both bid 1. I'm surprised at the 1 bid from Sir Voltar. I would have expected a 3 bid. I guess it doesn't matter because there's a Master Tactician, so Sir Voltar effectively bid 4. Wampa Wampa. We do not see the Spirit Caller get used. Sir Voltar knew that was in hand. So he could have been saving it ready for battle for it, but apparently did not. So we're probably going to see the True Seeker go in for a water ring on military. Just to deny it to Sir Voltar. Because right now he is low on bodies. And Kaseki's going to make Sir Voltar decide if it's worth defending or not. So we know who he... Oh, Sir Voltar does not defend. So Kaseki can now go political water. We see political air. Takes around Shameful, moves in Spirit Caller. This is strictly too interesting. You see a thing come down. We're going to push a break. I guess he just didn't want to deal with an Armored Spirit Caller for 2 turns after this. Air is interesting though, because it does leave it open for Sir Voltar to go water and get another attack. Sir Voltar lamenting the state of affairs, which are not great. Based on the air ring choice, I'm going to assume Kaseki has an assassinate in hand. We see Sir Voltar going for the political water at the Silent One's Monastery. That is the thing that makes sense. It is the safest place to go. And Kiseki realizing he made a mistake. Yep, I think Kiseki is now realizing that going water would have been better. The good news is he can still favorable grounds in Denmaru. And get some card draw. It is quite likely that if he doesn't basic court games to honor, don't think that's super necessary. I do think Kiseki should pull in the Denmaru and draw some cards, try and find an assassinate. Yep, we see an elegant Tessin. Are there any keepers in the yard? There are not. Going Earth, definitely set up a hand situation. Kensen Nogaka is a good hit because Sir Voltar's only defender is already honored. And Sir Voltar is probably going to want to hold Zentaro for the attack because even with Denmaru's ability, he is breaking Silent One's Monastery with nothing. See if Forebear's Echoes come down. I definitely would have. I was on the fence about canceling even the odds play. I definitely would have saved it for this. Hige's Sermon is another big hit for for what he's finding. That was terribly phrased. Finds Prepare for War. Not bad. Can definitely play that and force Sir Voltar to play cards. Or just play a Bonsai. That will take him up to 8. Oh, he's just going for a tie. Interesting. Oh, I guess he didn't see a way to force a break. Kensen Nogaka honors a Master Tactician. Discards a Call to War, so unless Sir Voltar breaks the Dispatch to Nowhere, that Zentaro is going to die next turn. Or he flips a dupe. Combined with the Hige Sermon that Kiseki drew, it makes Sir Voltar's board very precarious. I'm pretty sure we are going to see Silent One's Monastery break now, though. Kiseki's just going to let that go. I don't think there's anything he can actually do to stop anything. So Voltar probably needs to find a call to war, finds an even the odds instead. Kiseki giving Sir Voltar some encouragement. Spirit Caller, I guess that's all you could do. Void was probably a much better choice to kill the Step and Truth Seeker. So now we have to see if Sir Voltar finds a Zentaro dupe. So the Lost Paperslip bows Denmaru. We do see a Zentaro dupe, which is unfortunate. Yep, so Voltar does the correct thing. I think you have to get by both manipulators for Hige's sermon, because you do not want that Spirit Caller being straightened. Gonna kill the Prodigy. Pretty sure Sir Voltar's going to buy a Master Tactician with a bunch of Fate and be good with all that. Because he does not have one. He does have the Spirit Caller, so he's not going to buy Toturi. Buying Moxo with the current board state doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I think the Tactician is the absolutely correct play. It is currently Sir Voltar's turn, buys a Master Tactician with 2 Fate. Get one Manipulator. I think you clearly need the second one as well. And I think the correct choice is to Hige Sermon the Master Tactician, because Sir Voltar is threatening a Forebear's Echoes, which will be the Toturi anyway. Oh, we see a 2-to-1 bid. That is the archetypical swim bid. Probably going to see Hige's Sermon, which will bow the Truth Seeker. I do think the Tactician is the correct target to bow here, just to keep Sir Voltar on the hang deprived side of things. Instead, he chose to bow a manipulator. I'm not sure why you would do that. Because if he goes for a water ring, oh, okay, he's going to go water, pull in Toturi with either a Spirit Caller or Forebears Echoes, and then Bow Truth Seeker and straighten the Master Tactician would be my guess. I have been frequently known to be incorrect, though. Instead, we see Void. Effective Deception, that is going to cause many problems for Sir Voltar's plans here. It means if he does have a Forebears Echoes, he'll have to use both that and Spirit Caller. I do think Kaseki should definitely... I would defend the Spirit Caller, since that will force Sir Voltar to have to play cards that you can then cancel and give you... No, I guess he's at 5. Yeah, you need to defend with one person, because if you favorable grounds in Denmaru, he's still ranking. He didn't want to give him province, but I feel like defending with the manipulator and then using Denmaru to come in would have forced Sir Voltar to have to play cards. And since you have just a cancel sitting there, you would have gotten a lot of mileage out of that exchange. See if Bonsai come down, Sir Voltar probably considering the Defender Honor or a Voice of Honor, likely Voice of Honor. Problem is playing it into Effective Deception is giving him pause. It would take 2 cancels to make sure the defend doesn't happen, but a Forged Edict would make it 3, and I don't think he's got the 3 cancels in hand. Sir Voltar lets it go. Kaseki does not kick it. Seems more concerned about just stopping the break here than actually winning. Makeshift War Camp gets played. Fine Katana is the response. It looks like Sir Voltar is attempting to not play as many cards as he can. I think Kaseki lets this go and uses the effect of deception for whatever he draws. Finds court games, which is basically irrelevant with Denmaru on the table. Kaseki apparently derped on something. I mean, this is still fine. The Void Ring doesn't super matter. So Voltaiger just takes it. Denmaru gets voided. I imagine we'll see an in service. Oh no, we're just an Elegant Tessin, because there's no play around for that. That Denmaru is now scary big. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does Sir Voltar have in his discard pile? He's got a Toturi. Kaseki will attack with 1. I think the correct line here is to go political. Just so that then Sir Voltar has to burn the Spirit Caller. Because he's going to pull the Toturi out, and he's already had his military conflict. So if you go political here, I guess you could be picking now. You might have the cards to do it. Oh. Sir Voltar is not defending. Kaseki still does not have a Keeper Initiate. Goes Air. Yep, goes political. Since Toturi can claim the ring, or can resolve the ring on defense, going political means he takes air off the table. Sir Voltar could still bow to Spirit Caller to pull in a body to honor it from Kensen Nogaka, but then you're foregoing an attack and a break. Although if you're not attacking with Denmaru, I probably would have withheld that Elegant Tessin, just so that then Sir Voltar would be working with incorrect information. That's a thing worth edicting, but no edict to be seen. So now Sir Voltar gets to look at a bunch of cards, or look at 3 cards individually. Court games he drew is kind of pointless. Even the odds, I don't know, that exchange doesn't feel great. So Voltar can do nothing with it. This is, I really don't like Kensen Nogaka. So many times I've seen it defended and played. It's effectively been blank, because the only way Sir Voltar was able to put a body in there was by honoring it. and then it didn't matter. It just feels like a province that requires a wide board to make use of. So he's going to go water. This is going to prompt at effective deception. That's probably not the place to go. Because now, if you bow a spirit caller to pull in someone, I don't know why you would. And Denmaru will just get to draw his cards anyway. Denmaru takes a step for the consequences, and then takes it in service. I believe Kiseki drew Prepare for War a while ago. Now would be a decent time to play it, although the watering doesn't really matter. If Kiseki can generate a body, and has a way to straighten, or has a way, yeah, if he generates a body, he can attack military with it. Nope, I'm talking nonsense. Okay, he plays Prepare for War. That'll get him above the Spirit Caller, but then Sir Voltar has a court games in hand that he's just going to play Bring Back Down to Tide. That's going to get cancelled. I think that court games should have been held for a later turn. The watering, well, I guess you can straight one of your people, but I don't see it as being that vital of a ring to play cards into effective deception. Do we see a body or a straighten? Kiseki's having to think about something. Sir Voltar is again lamenting the current state of affairs. Kiseki's sensors are turned on if he's running them. I have not seen any, so maybe not. Kiseki definitely good shape. The boards kind of suck, but he's definitely winning on hands, and as long as he can trade favorably, that will make a difference. That also means Sir Voltar is going to have to go to other provinces because effective deception is really good at trading favorably. Keep Samotso because his ability is definitely turned on. And I have strong feelings about Ardent Odaisu. I think it's a terrible card. And that's probably going to be what Sir Voltar invests a bunch of money in. We have not seen a lot of Dishonor tech from Kiseki. So for more stats and less money, he could have bought a Samurai, he could have bought Kitsumotso, he could have bought a Master Tactician for even more cards. Not having Denmaru on the table makes a Master Tactician a problem. We do see Sir Voltar by Motso of 1, so Kaseki will pass. We'll probably both see 1 bids again. And then Alibi Artist and Storehouse to just keep pushing forward on that card advantage. Effective Deception now is very vulnerable to just being broken by Sir Voltar walking forward. I miss the days when Scorpion had Mark of Shame. Those were fun days if you played Scorpion. Less fun if you didn't. Hige Sermon, Spirit Caller, and Yunako. Makes sense. And Lion plays Ready for Battle, which isn't great. I think 3 fading Yunako. Probably should do 2 unless you've seen all of your Lost Papers. That's the wrong discard pile. And Kaseki has not seen any of them, so basically until the game ends, his Lost Papers are turned off. Finger of Jade on Yunako. So clearly he's got a In-Service Stone Lord. And see, the other thing where I'm going to have a problem is attacking Kensen Ogaka is going to be the correct thing to do for Kaseki. Otherwise, it's Upholding Authority. And 60% of Sir Voltar's board is already honored. So any defense there is not going to feel great. So he's going to attack with 1. So Voltar now has to decide what's the worst that can happen. And he will defend with Motso. And Yunako goes forward. Kaseki probably has another In-Service in hand, so that'll generate a body off the keeper. It is 5-3. If Sir Voltar harpoons in the Bayushi Manipulator, it'll go to breaking. And he does. So now Kensen Ogaka is currently breaking. We see a Kiriko come down. I don't know, but I like this a whole lot because you were breaking anyway. But I guess it guarantees the break. pulls in Toturi. I guess he's looking to gain honor. I probably would have saved that for attacking, because the Master Tactician can politically break the effective deception just by walking forward. And if you save the Toturi for an attack, you can basically gain significantly more honor off of double resolving an air ring. We see a calling in favors get pulled. That'll probably call in the tactical ingenuity off of Zentaro. Yep. Because that's really only one trade down. And if Kiseki uses Yunako's ability, he's still breaking. Gets a defend your honor. Pretty good. And do we see a stat swap from Yunako? I think we should. Oh, we see prepare for war instead. He's just going to go over the top anyway. Presumably he's going to save that for... Assuming he has it in service in hand, I guess he's going to save that for a political attack. So Voltar passes. I can't see a need for Kiseki to do anything else but pass. I'm not sure what the think is here. Yep, there's pass. So Voltar gains his point of honor. Yep, honors both of them. Kensu Nogaka breaks. We'll see cards change. Does not discard. Prepare for war. And he gains a body. So presumably now we'll see in service. Oh no, he passes. Kiseki is probably going to hold on to the in service. If he has it, he's going to save it for the swing into Cute Nakoma. Sir Voltar bringing an unprecedented level of crudeness, saying this game is like taking a cheese grater to his genitals. Not realizing that he's actually not in that terrible of a state. He is going to end the turn at 21 honor. Realistically, him gaining 4 honor is not impossible. Air Ring gets him 2. Master Tactician just walks forward into effective deception with air. Don't know why you're going with Zentaro. I don't know. Well, let's give a pause and see what line he's going to take. Kiseki being smartass, Sir Voltar saying that Yunaka with 2 tactical ingenuity is the problem, and Kiseki asked if he had considered not letting him draw, or not letting her have 2 tactical ingenuities. So we see military air. See, this is why I would have saved the Spirit Caller, because if he hadn't have used Toturi on defense to try and stop a break, and to only gain 1 point of honor, he could have gone to somewhere besides effective deception and gained 4 honor off of it, and that would have put him at 22, which would have made it a much different game. Right now, I think Kiseki just kind of lets this go, because when you're attacking 17 to a base of 1, there's pretty much fuck all you can do. Yep, Kiseki going with this go. We'll see if Sir Voltar has some useful cards on top of his conflict deck. With no fate, he gets tactical ingenuity off the top. So if he doesn't like the top card, he can just use TI. I don't know why you go with both. I think even given the current board state, effective deception cancels TI. Sir Voltar did not like the card that was on top and tried to make it go away. So Kiseki said that's the card you get. Just let them know how much time they have left. Effective deception breaks. I do think going in with just the Master Tactician would have made this defense against the in-service much more reasonable, because now we're going to see a political stat of 8 coming there, with only an Ardent Omidaisu to defend. Chances are it's dishonorable assault, so Sir Voltar will have to play cards to stop a break. And I'm assuming that's dishonorable assault. Spectral Visitations. Okay, Sir Voltar could get a decent defender out of it. The Omidaisu is your only real choice. It'll stop a dishonor. you can't get the Mozo, Chronicler's not going to do enough. No, yep, your best bet is the Omodaisu. Because that will stop a court games from making you lose. And it's as decent, and he does get the Omodaisu, defends with both. That fire ring's a little awkward now because he can't dishonor. I mean, he wasn't going to because he would lose anyway if he did. So Voltar passes. Yeah, I think Kaseki just lets this go too. I don't think there's a whole lot you can do to get 5 political, and 2 fans in Yunaka will do it. Well, I guess he could. Could court games the ally artist. I think if he was holding court games, he would have gone in with the Keeper Initiate. I know it's the same stat size either way, so that doesn't matter. Yep, Kiseki just takes it. Definitely has to honor one of his own people. Will probably honor the Keeper. Not being first player next turn is a little unfortunate, but also not super the end of the world. So Kaseki will be at 23 honor. How many Akoma prodigies have we seen? We've seen 1. We've only seen 1. Flushing everything. Sir Voltar could heart the cards and win off of Akoma prodigies. Is that what we're going to see happen? It is not. We see a lost papers. It's not going to do anything. Denmaru's a huge flip here. Satori ain't bad. I think Kiseki's buy is Denmaru of A-Fate, the alibi artist, and then just pass. Downside is he's not first player, and I think Toturi is a better buy than the Samurai, because at this point you're just banking everything on an air ring. I definitely think Kiseki needs to buy Denmaru. If he doesn't, I think he just outright loses the game here. Well, you know what? 2 Samurai Pentecopes is worth as much as a Toturi in this instance, because if you win the air ring, it doesn't matter how many times you get to resolve it. That Denmaru can stop a lot of damage. It takes away 5 force, and he does buy the Denmaru. So I believe what we're going to see is the first conflict will determine it. Sir Voltar will probably push everything and try and just bully his way through an air ring. He is coming with 3, 6, 9, 11, 16, 17. If he's got the makeshift war camp, that'll turn into 27, which is hard to overcome. Unfortunately, Kiseki needs to also win because he cannot dishonor any characters. He can get... Okay, if he gets 2 unopposed... No, 1 unopposed. So chances are the conflict's going to be military, so he'll have 2 allies left at home, which will probably be enough to get the pokes, to stop Sir Voltar from honoring out as the board currently stands. We see some hesitation. He's got to see his only win is the air ring. I don't know why you don't also go the Amadaisu. Oh, and if you find shameful, things will be super sad. Secret cache. That's pretty sad. That is the timer, and they can go ahead and just finish it out. So we do see a defend with everything, and he is 2 bigger. Gets the in-service, so as long as he doesn't lose his conflict, he wins the game. Sir Voltar did not like the top card. Doesn't feel great. Sir Voltar reasonably needs to find a way to come up with 5 force before it's a problem. Pulls it for battle. Kiseki goes for another tactical ingenuity. Finds a defend your honor. And Yunako is already enormous. 8 to as big as a 6. We'll probably see Kiseki's next action be to use Satori on Yunako. Sir Voltar probably trying to see if there's any out he has. the amount of time this is taking is leading me down a path that I don't think Sir Walter has a reliable line of victory. And he doesn't, so that's pass. Kiseki should also pass here. And Sir Voltar is saying nothing he can do. So Satori is now honored. So I think Kiseki uses Alibi Artist to straighten Yunako, attacks Political Water, wins that conflict, and Kiseki saying he wanted his dude straightened so he could look birdie. I think this game is basically over. Yep, they're just Giseki's being his usual goob self. But yeah, I think that is definitely going to be game. I don't see a way that Sir Voltar can stop both conflicts, because Yunako is going to go in as 6 political, which even the court games doesn't get over, which will straighten the Satori, and they're calling it there. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.